Hey, what's up everyone? Morey Croson here from the Performance Lab of California, and we're going to do another breakdown here today on Jameis Winston, the quarterback for the Buccaneers. He was a past first-round overall draft pick. Obviously, you know, one of the premier quarterbacks, one of the up-and-coming quarterbacks, I guess would be the better way to put it, in the NFL right now. I think he has a lot of potential. Just needs to not make as many mistakes, and I think he could really end up being a really good quarterback here. But let's break down his mechanics. So first thing is, you know, with the how he initiates the throw, he kind of drops that ball a little bit. We can see how he starts up top, and how he's moving in the pocket. He does a good job there, where he's kind of, you know, moving around here, keeping the ball high. But then once he initiates the throw, you can see he kind of drops that ball a little bit, elongates the process. And then what happens is he does a good job, though, as he's, you know, going through that loading process with his arm. He does kind of sit back in that right leg, load up that right leg well, and then has a lot of rotation. Notice how much he rotates there in the upper body, right? So sometimes we'll see as guys step, they do a great job of pivoting and rotating in the lower body. Really, Cam Newton's a guy that's like that. You know, even we can go into Aaron Rodgers and Josh Allen. Those guys are really good at initiating the pivots in the lower body. He gets a little bit of a pivot in the lower body, but really what he's really good at is you can see how much rotation he gets in the mid-back. He does a great job of pulling back with that left arm, that front arm there as he's coming through. He drops that elbow a little bit, right? So you can see where his elbow is at as he's loading, comes up, and he drops that elbow, kind of comes around. And then even as he's going through and making the throw, he ends up not having great overall timing in how it's all sequenced out. So his elbow ends up a little bit in front of his body, which makes it so then the ball ends up having to come a little bit out to the side there. The best way to be able to correct that, I know it's hard to see, but basically, so he's going here, he's rotating. Now, when you're right here and that elbow is starting to come out in front a little bit too far, how it is there. Now that ball is going to have to rotate out to the side, which is going to have an impact on overall accuracy. You know, the guys like Tom Brady, what he does a really good job of is when he comes back, he comes straight up, and when he delivers the ball, there's like a 90-degree angle in his arm, which makes it so it's very, very effective to be accurate. It's a lot easier to be accurate when you have that really good position of the forearm rather than when you're coming off to the side. You can see again here where he's going, and he ends up kind of rotate. He does such a great job of rotating in that upper body that he almost needs to do a better job of, you know, strengthening the front part of the shoulder, going into the bicep to make it so he doesn't allow himself to go so far back around. I love this play though, because you could see it's a RPO, so it's a run pass option, so he can go and he can kind of fake that run there. He has a lot of options for how he's whether he can give it. You know, I'm assuming he's either reading this guy or he's reading this guy, so he's seeing which one does which there. Sees what he wanted to see. It's probably this middle linebacker. He's probably looking right at this middle linebacker here. So he reads run. He's going. He lets him, or he fakes the run. He's got the slant right behind him. You can see he does a good job of allowing his weight to shift onto that front leg. Then he shifts that weight back. He loads onto that back leg. Again, he does he kind of has that ball low and has a really long loading process, but then does a great job of then being able to shift his weight from the back leg back onto the front leg as he's rotating through. He's got a pretty stiff front hip there, which he has to have because of how much rotation he's getting in his upper body. But overall, does a very, very effective job of getting rid of the ball, which is what you need as a quarterback. Last one here is going to be a deep throw. So, again, dropping that ball a little bit. Again, though, good job of loading onto the back leg, right? So you can see that he takes that weight from the back leg, he shifts it onto the front leg, he allows that foot to kind of go out in front of his knee. See this angle here? What that does is that makes it so once that foot is down, he can get a lot of rotation in that hip and has a lot of stability in that hip. He allows himself to have some extra range of motion in that hip as he's transferring forward. And he does actually a pretty good job here of getting that ball back around, so you can see how he gets this back up to 90 degrees, which makes it so he can have a little bit more accuracy on his deep balls. I would actually say, you know, he is a very effective and very accurate deep ball thrower. And I actually think he should probably utilize that strength of his a little bit more, especially with the receivers that he has. But it's easy for me to say that. I'm just a spectator. I'm not actually out there playing. So anyway, still does a good job of getting a lot of. Big generation for him is in the middle part of his spine. He uses a lot of that mid spine area to create the motion here during the throw, which is excellent. Really, as a quarterback, the more quarterbacks that we break down, the more quarterbacks that we see, the more that you realize, hey, you got to work off your strengths, right? You got to find your strengths. You got to see what you're good at. You got to see where you have more range of motion, more strength, and utilize that rather than trying to mold yourself into essentially somebody that you're not. So there's differences between all the top guys. Jameis Winston was the #1 overall pick, Heisman Trophy winner. So to say that he's doing anything wrong within his mechanics is tough. There are some things that he can maybe improve on, but he's utilizing his strengths very well. He does a great job of having a good, firm front leg. He also does a great job of on those deep balls, getting everything all aligned within the forearm, and he's overall an effective passer. He plays in the NFL, so only good things to build off for Jameis. And the big thing would just be, to me, is increase that load or decrease that loading time, make it so you can get rid of the ball a little bit faster. And then as you're coming through, try not to throw as much sidearm and try to control how that arm's coming through the arm slot. So as always, guys, thanks for watching these videos. Check out our Blueprint to the Perfect Throw ebook, free ebook. We have in the link below, and then we also have a online throw programs, 5 months right now. Going into April, we're going to probably make it 3 months, cut it down a little bit just so we can get some big improvements in a short amount of time for everybody. If you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to answer any questions for you. Just reach out, Morey, Morey, @yourperformancelab.com. As always, thanks for watching these videos, and we will see you soon.